Guess what? If you're feeling really down and out right now, if you're really being hard on yourself, you want to know a secret that should instantly turn your pity party into a victory parade? Go do something for somebody else. Go be of service to other people. I usually call that volunteering, but it could be a lot of different things, right? It's a lot of different things on how you could be of service to other people when you're just feeling like shit. When you ain't feeling your best and you're just kind of beating yourself up, you're feeling like you're in a weird lull. One of the quickest ways to kick that to the curb is to go serve someone else. Go do something kind for somebody else. Expect nothing in return, right? It could be as simple as literally volunteering. This is a great time of year to do that. Going to a soup kitchen, a homeless shelter. Could even just be helping someone out on the street, helping a complete stranger out. Maybe a lot of times you say no to people that ask for your help. But maybe this is a time where you just give of yourself, become more generous. And it's kind of a weird thing, but there is some selfishness to it, because in serving others, it really does fill your cup. And it's number 5 on my list for daily living, my daily principles. I'll go over it again. Mindfulness in the morning, nutrition, fitness, learning every single day, that personal development piece. And number 5 is making a difference. I always like to call it mind your mornings, eat your health, move your booty, learn every day, and lend a hand. If you do those things every single day and you check the boxes, I guarantee you, you're not going to get to a point of exhaustion. You're going to be living life full, overflowing. That's the beautiful thing. It's when you can get to overflowing. And I'm someone that service has been a continuation throughout my life. I remember my first experiences volunteering was probably around high school. You know, going to the homeless shelter, usually around Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Volunteering in the armed forces here in the U.S., another act, and even volunteering within the volunteering. And, you know, I've continued that throughout my life. Even this right here, this helps me to be a better version of me by, you know, if I'm having a shitty morning, right, all it takes is for me to get outside myself and to say, you know what, there's a message that needs to be spoken to the world. There's a message that needs to be shared through my lens, through my experiences of hitting rock bottom, right, just on that destructive path, and then turning my life around. Getting sober, asking for help, going through all kinds of therapies. And then having to just redefine who I am, raise my standards, heal a lot of the trauma and the emotional wounds, being the biggest fanatic on planet Earth, to not even watching sports. I still keep up on scores and stats, and maybe I'll watch a highlight or something, but I can't sit there for hours on end, man. I can't do that. I'd much rather be out here in the dirt, on the ranch, connecting with myself, continuing to improve and heal, and really just thinking of ways that I can enhance my life. And by enhancing my life, I'm giving back to others. And I highly recommend you do the same. If you're just sitting there like, nah, my weekend's planned, I'm gonna just post up and watch TV and cheer for these guys and cheer for those girls, and you know, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna be kicking back and cheering. So be it. So be it. I know that there's something, you're called for something greater than that. We all have a gift. We all have talent within us that needs to be cultivated, needs to be developed, and then ultimately needs to be shared with the world at large. But by sitting there idle, it's almost like an act of rebelliousness, right? You're being rebellious, and it's based on how you feel. And if you only move based on how you feel, well then, first off, my heart goes out to you because I know what that is, right? I think there's plenty of days that if I only moved by how I was feeling, man, I wouldn't even get out of the bed. I wouldn't even make it to the morning, to be honest with you. But again, I have to keep believing and cultivating and doing. It's like once you start doing, you can kind of put the thinking mind to rest, and you fall into that flow state, and things start to play out. Things start to open up. Things start to unfold. And that's sort of like when you don't know where to start, well, just what is right there in front of you right now? What is in front of you? Is it a messy house? Start there. Start by doing that. That's probably something you don't want to do, but why don't you start by doing that? Do you have some unfinished projects that need to be given time and attention to? Well, start there. Do you have, are you in the midst of a strained relationship that maybe you taking some ownership and reaching out to apologize or sending a text, right? Maybe that's a good place to start, right? But if you're just going to sit there idle in a state of rebelliousness, right? You're just existing. You're not doing life. And you think that that's like the easy road, right? You're saying, oh, just by sitting back is easy. And it's like, no, it's not. The more and more years, the more and more time that you just sit back, right? Depending on what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're doing, right? All of that activity, even in a state of like what you feel is just chilling, could easily start to compound into greater and greater health problems, right? The less you move, you're literally setting yourself up for immobility in your later years, right? A body in motion stays in motion. But if you're thinking that, I'm already old, man, I'm in my 30s, it's like, you ain't old. That's not how it works, right? We need to stay active and mobile throughout all of our life. And I'm here to inspire you, to encourage you, to do more, be more, right? Sit down there and say, what are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your desires? And are you doing anything to make those things happen? Or are you just sitting there wishing, hoping, praying, please let this happen. Please let this happen, right? Which is it? Which is it? Are you doing stuff? Because it really, in all honesty, all it takes is a little bit every single day. A little tiny bit of focused effort every single day over an extended period of time, and then voila, there you are. You got something to brag about. You got something to show off, whether that's an improved state of health and wellness, or whether that's, buying your dream home, or buying a new car, or being able to apply and get that dream job, but it took you going back to school, getting a credential, staying up late, working 2 jobs. I mean, what are you willing to do? Because what you are willing to do, the universe, God will meet you there, right? But when you just kick back and say, nah, I'm going to just stay in my feelings, I'm going to stay hurt, I'm going to be broke, I'm going to be mad. What do you get out of that, right? What's your reward from being in that state of being? From being pissed off, angry, upset, unfulfilled in life. What are you getting out of that? more. You get more of that. And every single one of us, you, yes, you listening to this right now with your back against the wall, feeling hopeless, beat down, helpless, you're none of that, right? I always believe that the bigger the struggle, the bigger the adversity that you've had to overcome, the challenges in life, I think the greater the calling, the greater the success on the other side of that, right? These things weren't put in place to destroy you, right? They were put in place to challenge you to truly become greater. And there's too many of us on this planet that, I don't want to accept that as reality. Don't want to accept that as being true. And that's sad, because ain't nobody got an excuse, right? Ain't nobody got an excuse greater than the potential that is unrealized inside of you. That you could literally destroy that excuse and stack up an incredible result and overcome and really become one of the most inspirational people on this planet. Think about that. Your success, your results literally raises the vibration of this planet. It changes how everybody feels and thinks. And you don't think that, but I'm here to tell you that is truth. You changing, you switching up, you turning your life around, you totally bringing out the best inside of you and then sharing that and showing that to the world at large. You don't think that inspires people near and far? Of course it does. Of course it does. Because there's so many people just like you and me. We need to see that. Right? Seeing people turn their lives around is so inspiring. Seeing people go from the worst type of addiction to being set free to turning their lives around. Seeing people self-destructing to healing. We're all capable. Ain't nobody not capable of doing something incredible with their life, right? But you have to take ownership, extreme ownership of your life. And you got to realize that there's a lot of things that you invest your time in, which is your greatest resource, which goes back to the volunteering thing. You know, by allowing yourself a free pass to say, hey, I get to just do this. I mean, you do. You do get to choose your life. You do get to choose how you invest your time. But are you doing it wisely? Or are you just repeating the cycle every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, right? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And again, nothing's changing. Nothing's getting better. And ultimately, you're getting worse. That's how it works. There's no neutral. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. And I believe that the time is now for us to start taking that extreme ownership, to start looking at how much time we really have, and to really just stop wasting the time. And that's all it takes for success, is for you to truly be able to realize that you do have time, you do have energy, and you have a lot of talent. Yeah, if you're hearing this message, you have a tremendous amount of untapped talent. You're holding back. You're holding back on you, you're holding back on your family, and you're holding back at this world, even God. If you're a faithful person, right? You're a big believer in God, you have big faith, I guarantee you're holding back on God too, because you ain't going out. You ain't selling out every single day. If you're a sports fan, it's like that selling out is like going and making those incredible plays, those incredible catches, those incredible moves. Are you doing that in your own life? Are you truly selling out and just leaving it all out there each and every day? The answer is no. There's no way in heck you are giving it your all every single day. And I know this because I know I still struggle with this. And I live every day with some intention. I journal every single day. I start my days by writing things down that I truly desire, that I truly want to realize in life, right? I pray, I meditate, I listen to a lot of positive affirmations, and then, I do things, I get things done. I have goals, I have dreams, I have things I want to accomplish this year, this month. And I know that I can easily get distracted. I can easily give myself a reason to not lock in, stay focused, and truly accomplish what I need to accomplish. I can get so focused on myself that I forget that I need to focus on something bigger, right? That's what gets you out of your addiction, man. If you're struggling with addiction right now, right, the reason why you're struggling is because you're just focused on you, right? And at the end of the day, it's how you're feeling. You're feeling uncomfortable and you don't know how to feel better without this thing. You've created a pattern, you've created a habit. And that's a really tough place to be because, why are we so afraid? Why are you afraid to just literally sit there and be uncomfortable? There's nothing wrong with feeling uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with feeling a little stressed out. Like, get to the root of it. Don't run from it. Don't run to the escape route. Do life on life's terms. Get to the root of why you feel shitty. What is it really about? What's really going on underneath the surface? What's really got you so stressed out? What really has you so worried? And I guarantee you there's positive solutions for every single one of your problems. And I really hope that you'll give yourself permission to find some new opportunities, some new approaches to how you handle your situations, and especially your emotional state of being. But making a focused effort when you're really feeling down to go and serve someone else, go make a difference. I mean, just total acts of kindness. It's a powerful thing, man. It's a powerful thing. The other day, someone gave me a hand, and I know this person was struggling, but I asked them for help, and guess what, man? Just that heart of gold to say, yeah, they didn't question, they just said yes, and it put them out of their comfort zone to help me. And it wasn't the biggest thing, they didn't help me in the biggest way, but I know it wasn't a hesitation. And so I knew that was, this was God's way of working through me, and it was like a reciprocity, like he was working through me and working through this other person, to where they did this small act of kindness towards me, and I was able to, I gave this guy $100 for doing something really simple. And the day before, he was so stressed out and telling me about how rough his life was, and I just felt compelled to be generous and to give from the abundance. And he felt so like he was beside himself. He got emotional, like he was like kind of rejecting at first, like no man, what, this is too much. I'm like, no, it's not too much. I was told to give you this. And that's when you're really working in the spirit. And it doesn't have to be money. Your time, your attention, your passion, your love, your presence is such a great gift. And I really highly encourage you to be considerate of how can you go and serve yourself, not in a selfish way, but by look at if you're wasting time, look at how you want to switch up and start to grow and expand, start taking better care of yourself. And if you're just so down on yourself and hard on yourself, I'm telling you, service to others is an incredible opportunity to get outside that pity party. Right? Go do something for somebody else and expect nothing in return. Man, and then go do that a few times. And watch that your mood doesn't shift. Watch that your perspective doesn't open up beyond your own pain, beyond your worry, beyond your concerns. This is a wild world right now. There's a lot of suffering in this world, mental and emotional kinds of suffering, not even physical, man. There ain't even that much physical suffering compared to the amount of emotional and mental, psychological suffering. And where does this suffering come from? It comes from the things we experienced, our childhood trauma, and the fact that we're still carrying this around, and we don't realize that we're still carrying around because we were told for somehow time heals. It may heal a cut, but it's not going to heal emotional wounds. All that does is it just puts it away, and it never dulls it. It's still there. It's still in your life. You have to really put some intention behind it if you want to get to that level of healing. And so I just leave you with this message of service to others. You know, go be that. Go be the hands and feet and arms for someone else. Go show someone God's love if you're not feeling so good today. I love you guys. Thank you so much for just paying attention to this message. You know, it's a beautiful thing to hear, to see the community and the comments and the connections that are being made. And I'm gonna continue getting back on here. I thank you so much for commenting, liking, sharing the message. Trust me, many, 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 many people still need to hear this message. It's a message of hope. It's a message of love. And I'm sending you all so much love from the bottom of my heart. I hope that you have a wonderful day of life. Do something new, do something for you, and then go do something kind for somebody else, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, you know it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.